Now on 4 News Now at 6, a legal battle is brewing between Spokane County and Washington State over Camp Hope. We'll show you the changes that pushed county commissioners to say the camp has to go.
Fall weather is still nowhere to be found except the 7-day forecast. But we're not quite done with the warm, sunny days. I'll let you know how long they're going to last in your first alert forecast.
Plus, construction chaos throughout downtown Spokane, and it's only getting worse. Crews are making 9 days of repairs, and Division Street is down to 1 lane, causing this traffic mess. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
A new legal battle is brewing at Camp Hope. Spokane County commissioners now say if the city and state won't clear it, they will. And that process is underway today. County commissioners voted yesterday to greenlight prosecutors to file an abatement lawsuit over the camp, which they say is a chronic nuisance property. This means prosecutors are preparing to take the state to court.
County commissioners say the site is out of control, even with millions of dollars being used to rehouse people right now. Commissioners aren't convinced things will change. Our Esther Bowers live at Camp Hope tonight with an update on that lawsuit.
Well, the Department of Transportation says they put up this fence here at the camp to make it safer. County commissioners say it only made things worse. They're calling this camp an autonomous zone. They want the camp cleared and are asking the court to make it happen. While the timeline is still unknown,
we're operating under a timeline that'll be kind of driven by the courts.
The county commissioners are plowing ahead with a plan to clear out Camp Hope.
We're coming in, we're going to fix a problem that, quite frankly, the state has let get completely out of hand.
County prosecutors wouldn't comment on the current lawsuit they're filing, but Josh Kern says they would use all the current shelter space in the county, rapid rehousing options, and bus tickets to move people off the property. And when it comes to who's footing the bill, Kern says the state should be ready.
We'll have to wait and see how that progresses.
Progress inside the camp is being led by those living there.
We dealt with it the way it needed to be dealt with.
Robert Moody lives at the camp and is now running a security team since the fence went up. They're working to address issues from the inside.
There's some people that are here that shouldn't be here. So we're getting those individuals out of here as fast as we can.
Time is of the essence for everyone. As a new legal battle brews in the courts, the race is on to rehouse people and close the state's largest homeless camp. And I did reach out to the Department of Transportation. They tell me they are aware of this lawsuit and are waiting for their next steps. Now, outreach is still happening every day here at the camp. You can see Compassionate Addiction Treatment has their bus stationed here at the camp. And I spoke with Jules Helping Hands earlier today. They tell me at their latest count, around 100 people have moved off this property. They say they've been connected to shelter or services. And even with these new developments and this new lawsuit, they tell me that outreach will continue. Reporting live in East Central, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.
Esther, thank you. Spokane police have a man in custody after they say he drove by and fired shots near Camp Hope early this morning.
A 24-year-old James Ratcliffe was arrested on the South Hill near Southeast Boulevard and 29th Avenue. The scene was clear by sunrise, but police say shell casings were found near the camp. Police say that Ratcliffe gave a woman a ride and believed she had stolen something from him. He then fired multiple shots from his car while searching for her. And we spoke with Maurice Smith, one of the camp directors, who says he's thankful no one was hurt, but says this is the first time this level of violence has happened against the homeless campers.
Even if there was a disturbance, a cause, whatever, you don't shoot people. For whatever reason it occurred, the homeless should not be targets for drive-by random shootings because somebody got somebody.
As of now, Ratcliffe has only been charged with a drive-by shooting, but he could face more charges.
Well, I hope everyone's out there enjoying this warm weather because, as Chris said earlier, there's some fall weather in the 7-day forecast. Give it to us, Chris. What do we got?
You know, it is starting to come into view. I still need my weather binoculars, but there's hints of a cool down coming next week. In the meantime, here are 4 things to know. It is going to continue to be unseasonably warm, sunny and dry right on through a gorgeous weekend before we start to cool down next week and might even have a chance of some showers temperatures. We have a few clouds passing through this evening. Should be a beautiful sunset, and that's coming up in just about 20 minutes. Our temperatures right now are in the 70s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're dropped into the 60s in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, and Colville. It's 80 in Moses Lake, 81 degrees in Omak. We're in the 70s right around the Spokane area, including 77 in Post Falls right now. It is 75 in downtown. In your forecast for Thursday, expect a high temperature of 79, a day very much like today with mostly sunny skies. Our average high is 64, so a good 15 degrees off the mark, but we're going to be back down around average, it looks like, in the not so distant future. I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Tomorrow marks the first day back for the Idaho Supreme Court after a break. The judges will hear arguments about Idaho's abortion laws.
Each side will have just 1 hour to make their case on whether these laws should remain in place. Tonight at 6 o'clock, Jordan Smith joins us to explain what's at stake tomorrow.
Well, there are several laws being debated tomorrow, including a trigger ban that banned virtually all abortions after Roe versus Wade was overturned. Another law they're considering is a civil enforcement bill that allows family members to sue medical providers who perform abortions. At stake, the future of reproductive health care for women in Idaho. The state Supreme Court is set to reconvene Thursday morning in a highly anticipated showdown between Planned Parenthood and the state of Idaho. The nonprofit is hoping to overturn a series of highly restrictive abortion bans 6 weeks after Idaho's trigger ban and civil enforcement bill went into effect. The trigger ban, or total abortion ban as it's referred to, only allows for women to receive an abortion under the exceptions of rape, incest, or to save the pregnant woman's life. Though in the case of rape or incest, the victim must provide a copy of the police report to the physician in order to have one performed. On Thursday, Planned Parenthood is expected to argue that this violates the Idaho Constitution's guarantee of the fundamental right to privacy when it comes to making intimate decisions about family planning. They also remain firm that this ban will force women in Idaho who become pregnant to either carry that child to term or to travel out of state to legally and safely get medical care, something they say violates the Idaho Human Rights Act's prohibition against sex discrimination. The state, on the other hand, is expected to counter by saying the right to an abortion is not within the Idaho Constitution and that the courts have never deemed a person's right to decide whether or not to have children as a constitutional right. And so after each side presents arguments, the decision then lies in the hands of the Idaho Supreme Court justices. A decision is expected to be made within a few weeks. Court starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll be tracking this legal battle and have all the updates for you tomorrow night. Reporting in studio, I'm Jordan Smith. I'll send it back to you.
Jordan, thank you. At least one person is now recovering after a crash involving a pickup truck towing a piece of heavy machinery. It happened around lunchtime today on the westbound side of Interstate 90 near Liberty Lake. Washington State Patrol says the pickup's trailer hit the overpass, causing the truck and the trailer and an excavator he was hauling to flip. The crash shut down both lanes for several hours this afternoon. The driver was not seriously hurt.
It's the first full week of October, but we're not seeing the fall colors like we normally do.
Meteorologist Matt Gray will explain the science behind why the leaves aren't changing colors just yet, coming up. And car prices continue to rise. Why experts say car dealerships are not planning on lowering prices anytime soon. That's coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You'll love saving your green at Jennifer's.
My son's name was Carson. He was just the light of my life. His anxiety and his inability to sleep caused him to purchase a pill from Snapchat, and we know that it's what killed him. Congresswoman McMorris Rogers is bringing awareness to this. She personally reached out to me. She took the time to hear Carson's story. She has been driven in trying to prevent further loss.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
If you've been looking for a new vehicle in the current market, you may be hearing things like extra charges, added accessories, or second sticker.
Not at Coeur d'Alene Honda. We make it easy.
We'll keep you posted till your new Honda arrives, give you a fair value for your trade, and give you a lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Well, that was easy. Come meet the team and purchase your next vehicle at Coeur d'Alene Honda.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Joe Biden's open borders have threatened our neighborhoods and our children's safety. Fentanyl-related deaths have increased right here in Idaho. Gang members transport fentanyl and other dangerous drugs into our schools and communities. This has got to stop. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. It's time we control the borders and shut down the pipeline of drugs and violence into Idaho.
Next ET, only one show is with Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine on the set of The Real Love Boat.
Are you ready to set sail?
For love. Mwah. Wow! Plus, our exclusive backstage at the BET Hip Hop Awards in Atlanta.
305, bet that up, won't bet.
Then,
chilling with E.T.
Only we're freestyling with Ghost Star Utkar Shambutkar.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Here's the live look out at Division Street near I-90.
Thank you.
A lot of people backed up. Get ready for more time stuck in traffic. If you have to take this route, Division Street is down to 1 lane up to Sprague Avenue until 7 o'clock every night. Railroad crews are fixing the rail overpass that was hit by a truck last month.
Repairs will last until next week, and obviously frustrating for drivers. Vanessa Perez is live downtown and talked to one woman about what she's doing to deal with all the changes.
Well, we're still here at the I-90 off-ramp on Division, and you can see traffic is still backed up. You want to make sure to leave your house early or take another way to avoid this closure here. This will be the norm for the next 9 days as crews make repairs to this railroad overpass. Washington State Department of Transportation says your best way to get around the closure is to get off on Hamilton or Broadway. Division will be down to 1 lane during 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. Sierra works at the gas station right in the middle of the chaos. She uses Division to get her son to daycare before work every morning.
I don't get him there by a specific time. He's unable to go to daycare. So it's pretty frustrating to have this going on and not being able to get him there on time. I almost wasn't able to get him in today, which was kind of frustrating.
Sierra says she can't really take another route to get her son to daycare or get herself to work, so she'll be leaving extra early to deal with these closures. Division will be completely open starting at 7 p.m. every day. This project is expected to last over the next 9 days. Live in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Vanessa. For the first time in 16 years, Spokane County will have a new sheriff. The candidates are Spokane County Undersheriff John Knowles and retired Detective Wade Nelson. Tomorrow, they will be grilled on how they plan to crack down on crime and keep your family safe. Their first debate is tomorrow. You can watch that live. It's at noon on KXLY.com and on our Facebook page.
Our high temperature today, 79 degrees, 15 degrees above our average high of 64. Our morning low average is 42 now. Sunset at 6:21, just coming up here in less than 10 minutes. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
Tomorrow on GMA, you're gonna fall in love with these exclusive deals and steals.
Tori, you've nailed it.
And get ready to laugh. Mike Myers is here live. Then Friday, funny girl Leah Michelle, all on ABC's Good Morning America.
Create a home retreat with a beautiful hot tub or swim spa from Country Homes Power, your spa superstore. Offering great discounts, special financing, all with professional delivery. It's time to relax during the Country Homes Power 75th anniversary sale.
Watch 4 News Now as the Extreme Team upgrades the Carl Maxey Center. What we're going to do is go in and get into the next phase of operation. That's going to be a new library. There's going to be a place in back. There's going to be a nice patio. Watch 4 News Now's Extreme Team, sponsored by Horizon Credit Union.
It's a 4-day price crash today through this Monday at all Cal locations, where they are loading up the lots with hot buys and big markdowns, plus giving you up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Today through this Monday at Cal.
It says here, United Healthcare has America's most chosen Medicare plans and local Medicare plan experts.
They'll even find you a plan with good dental coverage.
How do you know?
Scott, my local Medicare plan expert. He helped me find the right plan.
With benefits including prescription, drug, vision, and dental coverage, our Washington team is ready to help you find a Medicare plan that meets your needs and budget.
Talk to a local Medicare plan expert today at 1-888-SHOP-UHC.
The internet is full of misinformation about how elections work. There are several things you can do to spot misinformation. Be cautious of headlines designed to provoke anger, fear, or other strong emotions. Double check that the source of information is a trusted expert. And see if other news outlets are also reporting on the issue. You deserve to know the facts about Washington state elections. Visit sos.wa.gov to learn more.
With more and more people working from home and not being as active as they used to, there's never been a better time to get back to the gym.
And Move Fitness wants to help. You can join now for around $1 a day to create a new routine for you. Join the movement.
That's a great sound. SpaceX and NASA launched a crew from around the world on this trip to the International Space Station. The 4 crew members will include 2 NASA astronauts, a crew from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and a cosmonaut from the Russian Space Agency. And she's the first Russian cosmonaut to launch on an American spacecraft in nearly 20 years. NASA's Nicole Mann is now the first Native American woman to reach orbit. She's also the first woman to serve as commander of a SpaceX flight.
That is exciting. Boy, it's busy up there these days. All kinds of stuff are going on in space, and almost clear skies to enjoy the view. We have a few high clouds drifting through right now, but we'll be mostly clear overnight. Overnight low of 48 degrees. These mornings, even with highs close to 80, sure are crisp. We're heading up to a high of 79 tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. Just a little bit of a breeze, not much of one, out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Live look now over the Spokane County Courthouse, the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena at our sunset. It's a beautiful one at Jet Contrail. Otherwise, just some high clouds drifting through, and that sunset getting earlier and earlier, just about 5 minutes from now. Those high clouds will be clearing, will be mostly clear in the overnight, setting the stage for another sunny, warm day. High pressure in control. We'll see very little variation in this weather pattern through the weekend. An occasional dip that will allow some high clouds to drift through. Otherwise, expect unseasonably warm and dry weather right on through the weekend. And then we may start to see some changes as an area of low pressure drops down from the Gulf of Alaska. Timing of that looks like late Monday into Tuesday. Could potentially bring some rain and a pretty good dip in our temperatures, but the fine-tuning on that forecast is yet to be made. In the meantime, that high pressure acting like the lid on a pot is trapping some wildfire smoke in the atmosphere, but mostly as we get into the Wenatchee area, you see that purple indicating very unhealthy air. Things with the Cascade fires putting out a lot of smoke still, but with very little movement in our atmosphere. It is stuck up along the east slopes. Still, some of that is filtering in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere, and that's why you may see a haze on the horizon, even though our air quality in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene has essentially been in the good or moderate range for the past couple of days. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 50s in many locations, 40s in Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, 48 in Spokane, 46 tonight in Pullman. High temperatures tomorrow in the 70s and 80s. Once again, these numbers 15 degrees above average. Once we get down to average, it's going to be quite a shock to the system, and that looks like where we are headed next week, at least briefly. Here is your planning forecast. Plan on more sunny, warm weather through the weekend, mid-70s. Then we'll potentially start to see those changes. These numbers will likely vary quite a bit over the next few days, but just keep in mind that we may have a dip. But our extended forecast then, looking out in the 8 to 14-day range, show high pressure rebuilding right behind this system. And so our sunny and seasonably warm weather may not be over yet this fall. I'll be back in the next half hour with some Wildlife Wednesday photos.
Thank
Kirsten?
you, Chris. And I love those trees in Chris's graphics that she has behind the 7-day.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of, makes you feel like fall, those beautiful colors. And that's what we expect in October. But almost a week into the month, and it's not really looking like that. It's still pretty green.
It is very green out there. Meteorologist Matt Gray took a look at the science of fall foliage today to figure out when the leaves will hit peak color. Matt.
All right. And yeah, it definitely doesn't look like fall out there. So let's go over some of the ingredients, right? So for brilliant fall colors, you need a few things to go right here. A wet spring, we definitely had that this year. A moderate summer with timely rain, we definitely did not have that. We haven't had cool autumn nights, but we've had plenty of sunny autumn days. Basically every single one of them in the fall season so far. Hey, 2 out of 4, 50%. It's not bad. It's still an F in class, but I digress. Let's go on. The continued warm pattern we are in is likely going to push back the peak of fall colors. As the days grow shorter, the trees, well, they're going to start shutting down that leaf production in response to shrinking daylight and allowing those colors in the leaves to be revealed. But temperature plays a factor too, when and how fast the trees make this transition. So while changing daylight says fall is here, the weather, as you see on your screen, well, it's not sending nearly the same message. Spokane, for example, we just had the 3rd warmest September on record, which goes all the way back to the 1880s, folks. So far in October, temperatures pretty warm as well, as Chris just told you, 15, sometimes getting close to 20 degrees above normal. Temperatures that you would expect more on September 10th than October 5th. The rest of this month, well, it is expected to stay warm more often than not. Chris showed you that as well. Here is very quickly a picture of that extended forecast through the whole month of October. So that's what we're looking at. Well, there is a good news here, some sunshine, and we're getting lots of it. It can bring out those bright colors, but the warm weather right now, it is probably hurting more than it's helping just because it is so darn hot by October standards. The lack of rain so far this season, that could be an issue as well. Long periods of dry weather can dull the color of the leaves over time, while periodic rain, but not too much rain at once, that actually will help brighten things up, makes the trees happy. At this point, what I believe we should expect is going to be a late and quick leaf change as we get closer to the end of the month. We'll see how things go up in the mountains during the next couple of weeks. That is going to tell us a lot.
Matt, thank you. If you want to learn more about how the weather works and get a dose of science to your inbox, subscribe to the Brainstorm newsletter. You'll get all this plus a forecast to help you plan your week or your weekend. You can sign up at KXLY.com.
We just need to do a little brag for Matt, because the Brainstorm sign up, this whole newsletter that he's been working on, just won an award, and he does such good work on Brainstorm. You got to sign up for it.
It is good.
Very informative.
It's very good. A local park that's been around for decades is no more.
Why families are upset and what's being built in its place after the break. And earning college credits while still in high school could soon become a whole lot cheaper in Washington. What still needs to be done to make that a reality coming up?
The search for a potential serial killer in California continues. The method police say the suspect is using to corner his targets. That's coming up after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing, but one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
There are a lot of ways to deal with a stubborn drain. Call us at Mainstream Plumbing. Our high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber's gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. Call 866-411-ZAP.
I proudly served our nation and fought for freedom abroad. I never expected to see our temple of democracy ransacked here at home. It's so dangerous that MAGA Republicans, like Mitch McConnell's handpicked candidate for U.S. Senate, Tiffany Smiley, continue to question the 2020 election. Their big lie is a direct threat to our elections and our democracy. Join me in defending America. Say no to Tiffany Smiley before it's too late.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
Oh, life, we hear you beating out the rhythm of our days. We know you live fully. It's why we pioneer new treatments. Because when it comes to matters of the heart, you deserve world-class health care. Providence, we see the life in you.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all 13 Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores get a double sales tax discount on quality furniture throughout the store. Or get no minimum purchase, no money down, no interest for 5 years financing.
At Walker's.
If you're looking to score big on the best lineup of certified used or new SUVs and trucks just in time for the winter months, plus get up to 60 months low interest financing, then come on down to Findlay for a touchdown of savings.
Democrats in Washington are threatening our way of life. Reckless spending fueling inflation. Shutting down energy production here at home. A push to defund the police. Kathy McMorris Rogers is fighting every day to stop them and protect Eastern Washington. Cutting spending to curb inflation. Unleashing American energy production. And making sure law enforcement has the resources they need. Kathy McMorris Rogers, our voice.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Medicine Man Pharmacy.
Brand new tonight at 6:30. Well, buying a car is one of life's most expensive and complicated processes that you're ever going to go through. I'm in the middle of it right now, so Aaron's giving me that
Speaking from
look.
experience.
It is growing increasingly more difficult to afford a car, though.
CNN's Jen Sullivan explains what is driving up those prices and when they're expected to drop, if they will.
Auto part shortages, high demand, and soaring interest rates, all driving up car prices.
That means you can't find what you want, and you're going to pay more for it if you can.
And experts say if you've been waiting to buy a new or used car, don't expect the car market to come down to normal levels anytime soon. Experts say companies and dealers have little incentives to take action to bring down costs.
There aren't many new cars available. Toyota, others have said they just don't have a lot of supply. They're really scarce. And the used cars are incredibly highly priced.
New car prices hit a record in August, up 30% over the last 3 years. And used car prices are still up 48% from August of 2019, according to the latest Consumer Price Index. Experts say automakers are still facing shortages of computer chips and other car parts.
That means the prices go up. That means it's harder to find components. It's hard to get things fixed when you go to a repair shop. So all of it creates this kind of snowball cycle.
Meanwhile, rising interest rates mean some car shoppers are already being forced out of the market. According to Cox Automotive, people with weak credit ratings usually make up 15% of new car purchases. Now they're down to just 5%. And according to Edmunds.com, the average new car loan interest rate reached 5.7% in the third quarter of this year. That's the highest it's been since 2019. If you can't wait for the market to improve and need a car now, here's one tip.
Don't go to a bank and don't get it from the dealer. Go to a credit union. They have lower rates because they don't pay tax.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Also new tonight, the search for a potential serial killer in Northern California continues. Officials raising the reward to $100,000 for information on the man who has now been connected to 6 murders. Stockton police releasing video of this man seen at 2 of the crime scenes. Most of his victims are Hispanic males, but one woman survived and was able to give police this description.
8 feet 10 and 6 foot.
wearing all dark clothing, wearing a dark COVID-style mask that was concealing his face, and wearing a dark jacket as well.
Authorities say they picked up on a pattern that in each of these shootings, the victims were ambushed and gunned down at night. The Stockton police chief has said the suspect or suspects may be out during the day looking for areas with little to no cameras.
Well, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including what the Washington State Cougars are doing to prepare for their matchup against undefeated USC. It's coming up in sports. Plus,
a neighborhood park near Feld is now being torn down, and people who live there say they got no advance warning. I'll explain why the park is closing. That's coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Safe Passage provides counseling, shelter, and resources for survivors of domestic violence and human trafficking across North Idaho.
Safe Passage offers 24-hour crisis lines, shelter, court advocacy, licensed counselors, and more for survivors of all ages. Our services are free and confidential.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Safe Passage as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our communities stronger at NewAmericaCU.com.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Providence has been focused on meeting the needs of the community for over 160 years, and we are honored to bring you top-rated Medicare Advantage coverage. Providence plans start at just $0 and include dental, hearing, and vision. Experience the difference of a community of care, united by compassionate coverage. Providence, join us as we make communities stronger by building true health together.
Spokane Tribe Casino's latest expansion is ready for you to enjoy. With double the square footage, there's no shortage of fun. Try one of the over 300 new slot games and have a bite to eat at the just opened Grill and Bar restaurant. There's even a larger non-smoking area. You can also bet on all your favorite teams at Caesars Sportsbook, now open. Steal your share of Frankenstein fortunes every Saturday this October. He's got $60,000 cash, and your piece is waiting. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Doctor accused. Next, Inside Edition. Did this doctor tamper with IV bags?
He's a monster. He's a psychopath. He's a murderer.
The shocking surveillance video. What did he allegedly put in the IV solution? He denies any wrongdoing. Then, what we've learned about the final days of legendary singer Loretta Lynn. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
A neighborhood park near Feld's Field is being torn down after 60 years. Spokane County began tearing down the park just a few days ago.
People living around the park say they're upset that they didn't know the tear down was coming. Peter Choi explains why the county is demolishing the park and why people are disappointed.
People living in neighborhoods around Orchard Avenue Park near Feld's Field now say they were blindsided after the park was shut down. Now people said it's being torn down without any warning.
Joy. It's joy. It was joy. Every day it was joy coming out here.
22 years of memories are all this woman has left of Orchard Avenue Park. Rain or shine, she says this park was always part of her life.
Picnics with the children here in the park, watching family reunions here in the park, seeing birthday parties here in the park with other children.
When she heard the teardown, she felt like someone was taking joy away from her life.
Well, the closest park now for the children to go to, or the mothers with strollers and stuff, is Millwood Park. Where are the children supposed to play? Where are the mothers are going to be pushing their children with their strollers.
Spokane County has ended their lease with Feld after decades. County officials say it doesn't make financial sense to invest a large amount of money in upgrading old playground equipment and the aged sprinkler system. And Felsfield wants that land back soon for eventual runway improvements. People in the neighborhood say they're frustrated over being unable to have their say.
It was just unbelievable, and I know that it, just made me just really upset.
Spokane County says there are no plans for another park in this neighborhood. Near Felsfield, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
A live look over downtown Spokane. Dusk. Definitely see a little bit of wildfire smoke. Our air quality right now, however, is in the good range, and it was a beautiful sunset. It was 5-6 minutes ago. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Unseasonably warm conditions will continue, sunny and dry through a beautiful weekend. We do have the potential for some cooler weather next week, possibly some showers. We're still dialing in on that forecast. In the short term, we have some clouds drifting through the region right now, but they will not be around long. We'll be seeing those drift right out for a sunny day tomorrow. Our temperatures right now are in the 70s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It's only 61 in Sandpoint and 68 in Colville, but still 81 in Omak. It's 80 right now in Moses Lake. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures primarily in the 70s. It is 68 at Liberty Lake, and in Coeur d'Alene, it is 70 at 9 Mile and 73 in Deer Park. We've been about 15 degrees above average again today, and that's going to be the case again tomorrow. Here's a look at your Thursday planner, heading up to a high of 79 with sunshine. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos, signs of fall in the wildlife community. I'll show you in just a few minutes. Aaron.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris. Health officials in Idaho are warning people to take extra precaution when going in or near Rose Lake and Newman Lake. Recent water samples show the presence of cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae. Exposure can cause hives, rashes, vomiting, coughing, and wheezing. If you drink the water, more severe symptoms can affect the nervous system and liver. The Washington State Superintendent now says he has plans to make it easier for all students to get college or trade school credit before they've even graduated high school.
He's proposing that these plans allow students to earn both high school and college credit at the same time at no additional cost to students or their families. New at 6:30 tonight, our Bronte Sorotsky explains the superintendent's proposal and what's needed to make this happen.
Well, programs like Running Start and AP courses that give high school students dual credit can be costly. The superintendent's plan aims to reduce these costs to allow any Washington student, regardless of income, to get ahead of their education.
Virtually all of our students have a post-secondary ambition. So there is no question in the state that they've gotten the message for the last decade that that is the key to their success. Not all of them want to go to university or even a college, but at least some sort of professional technical program or apprenticeship. So the ambition is there.
The Washington State Superintendent says he wants to remove financial barriers that students and their families may face when they consider enrolling in dual credit or AP classes.
This program consistently serves students quite well who have resources, and families, students, parents, caregivers who struggle financially are much less likely to have students who participate.
He says he wants to change this and is requesting help from the state legislature.
We start by requesting $100 million from the legislature.
That money will go towards fees that students and their families pay out of pocket just to try and get ahead. Some of those costs for these dual credit programs add up to $3,000 out of pocket. The superintendent says he hopes by reducing these fees, even more students will participate.
We are proposing that volume here can make up for a reduced fee in order for the legislature to save a little money if they pick up the cost of this tab.
He says he wants higher education to be an option for all students that want it. The superintendent added, these programs also reduce the overall cost of college by helping students reduce their time. They can also increase high school graduation rates and college enrollment rates. Now it's up to the state legislature to decide to help with funding. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you. New details have been revealed about what the FBI seized at former President Donald Trump's South Florida home. according to recent court filings. Some of the documents included clemency requests, healthcare documents, IRS forms, and paperwork that appears related to the 2020 election. There were also communications about Trump's business connections and documents related to legal disputes. The Department of Justice had a privilege review team look through the materials. It identified about 520 pages that may need to be filtered out from its investigation and kept private.
Well, did your kids play video games over the summer? Some are getting the chance to learn about them this school year. Game design is a growing industry, and 2 Spokane high schools are giving students a clear path to making it a career.
Writing a game is like telling a story. So, we have drama, we have photography and video, and this is just another medium to tell a story.
From coding to animation, the community school and Lewis and Clark High School are incorporating video game studies in school. We'll take a closer look and see how students feel about the classes tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Veterans Day is more than a month away.
Yeah, but we want to give you plenty of time to honor a veteran that you know. Send us a picture of that person along with their name, branch of service, and any details of their service you'd like to share. On Veterans Day, we will honor them with a photo gallery on our website, and we'll share some of those photos right here on our broadcast. Just email the pictures to veterans@kxly.com. The Washington State Cougars are set for another massive matchup this weekend. Coming up, Alex Crescenti has more on the message head coach Jake Dickert has for his team.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Create a home retreat with a beautiful hot tub or swim spa from Country Homes Power, your spa superstore, offering great discounts, special financing, all with professional delivery. It's time to relax during the Country Homes Power 75th anniversary sale.
Vote with confidence this November. In Washington, our layered cybersecurity systems, trained officials, and election audits make sure every vote is counted accurately. After you've received your ballot packet in the mail, fill it out and send it back in your signed return envelope. You can also put it in an official Dropbox or submit it in person. Visit votewa.gov to register, find voting locations, and check your ballot status.
This could be the view out of your office window. Link Transit, serving the picturesque communities of Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Chelan, and many more, is looking for drivers to join our team on some of the most beautiful routes in all of Washington. Link Transit coach operators enjoy full family benefits, paid CDL training, a state-of-the-art fleet, and the satisfaction of being part of a progressive, community-minded team. If you like this view, Link has a seat for you. The next operator training starts soon. Apply today at linktransit.com.
It's Kerastan month at Great Floors. Bring sophisticated style into your home with Kerastan carpet, Luxcraft luxury vinyl, and Bell Lux hardwood flooring. Great Floors is celebrating with 50% off installation on all Kerastan carpet purchases in October. Come home to the flooring you want with 12-month financing and incredible in-store specials. Visit a showroom today and live beautifully on Great Floors.
Are you ready for winter and unexpected power outages? Talk with the experts at Country Homes Power to find the best fireplace to protect your home, even when the power goes out. Like Valor gas fireplaces. Visit Country Homes Power today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doug, late for a meeting.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Well, tonight we'd like you to meet Fenrir. At 18.8 inches tall, the Guinness Book of World Records says he is the tallest living domestic cat in the world. His owner says despite his size, he still likes to be held like a baby, and he follows the footsteps of his older brother who previously held the record. Oh, there he is being held like a baby. I guess his brother also held that record before he passed. What a sweet kitty cat. Big one, though.
That is a good-looking cat. We like cats here at 4 News Now, and especially cattails, sponsor of Wildlife Wednesday. But it is all moose all the time. It seems like the rut is on at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge, and we've gotten some amazing pictures, but also this video from our friend Courtney Litwin of a mama moose and her calf out enjoying some good chomping and a little bit of fall color there at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge. Thank you, Courtney, for the video. I do enjoy a Wildlife Wednesday video from time to time. So there's Mama and the baby. How about a big old bull moose, courtesy of Jerry Kaiser. He actually spotted 3 moose right around the same location, but shared this gorgeous picture. Wow, what a magnificent animal and a great picture. Jerry, thank you also at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge. From Rebecca Bozo, an evening grosbeak, enjoying a choke cherry there in her yard in the evening light. Gorgeous picture, Rebecca. Interesting birds. From Ralph Kerr, action shot of a pronghorn buck. Ralph tells me this buck had a mission. He was chasing off another buck who was trying to make time with his girlfriend. Another sign of fall. Here's a Wildlife Wednesday first, and a scary one at that, from Sherry Gwynn. She says this bat fell down in front of her when she was opening up her woodshed in Priest River. And I've never really gotten a look at a bat's teeth like that before, but that is a terrifying and appropriately spooky shot for October, another sign of the season. And finally, oh my goodness, we've been having some fun at this Big Fat Bear's expense. From Mark Vogt, is a big bear, particularly rotund in the backside. Mark, of course, swears that that is a sign of a cold, long, hard winter. This bear is all fattened up, ready to hibernate through a long, hard winter. Matt and I are not sure the size of a bear's buns are a good way to forecast. I did want to mention to our good friend Mark, never has missed a Wildlife Wednesday in 7 years. And you could see his photography. It is displayed at the Hayden City building through the holidays. You can view it. He'll be changing it out. You can purchase, you can order. Temperature trend, well, it is going to cool down, but not enough to warrant that big bear's eating habits. We are going to have a big dip early next week. The details of that yet to be fleshed out. In the short term, we're looking at above average temperatures and sunny, dry weather thanks to a ridge of high pressure that looks like it will rebound even after that dip next week. So this may not be the end of our pretty sunny fall days. We're just going to have a dip with the potential of some showers. In the short term, though, more sunny, warm weather. Coats for Kids is well underway. To find out where you can donate, head over to kxly.com/coatsforkids. That will also be the location where you can learn about where to pick up coats. We'll have that information in a couple of weeks. Our collection runs through October 31st. We do not start distribution until after that time. Really looking forward to another great community showing for our local children. Aaron?
They do show up. Thank you, Chris. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden toured the destruction that Hurricane Ian left behind in Florida. Biden also met with Governor Ron DeSantis, local officials, residents, and small business owners in some of the hardest hit areas.
The president also extended the federal disaster declaration for Florida another 30 days. CNN's Gloria Pazmino is in Fort Myers with more from the president's visit.
Today, we have one job, and only one job, and that's to make sure the people of Florida get everything that they need to thoroughly recover.
President Biden toured hurricane-ravaged Florida Wednesday, 1 week after Ian carved a deadly path through the state. More than 100 people were killed by Hurricane Ian, and many have lost their homes.
When we walked out, it was like something out of a war zone. It was just devastating.
Biden met with survivors who have lost their homes and businesses and thanked those on the ground helping these devastated communities.
And the search and rescue teams have knocked on nearly 70,000 doors and rescued over 3,800 people.
First Lady Jill Biden joined the president on an aerial tour, getting a first-hand look at just how widespread the damage is. Residents will be able to use the road to Pine Island that was damaged by the storm days ahead of schedule.
Later today, the public will be able to access this bridge and be able to get back.
Earlier Wednesday, Biden extended the federal disaster declaration for Florida, adding another 30 days of aid to help the long road to recovery.
We're not leaving. We're not leaving until this gets done.
And that was the key message the president had to deliver, trying to assure people that the force of the federal government will be here behind them as long as it takes to fully recover. Reporting in Fort Myers, Gloria Paspino.
Well, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight. It's the Connors at 8, followed by the Goldbergs at 8:30. Then it's Abbott Elementary and Home Economics at 9 and 9:30. You can catch Big Sky at 10.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
We slice down barriers. If you need a story, we're in your area.
This is too corny, even for me.
Would a corny person stage a one-man show called The Color Urkel?
Did you do that? Then yeah.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the new free checking account from P1FCU that pays you dividends. Earn 1.45% APY on balances up to $15,000. Plus, get online and mobile banking and mobile deposit with no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. To open your account, visit p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Don't shop in the cold. R&R RV in North Spokane has over 120 RVs indoors at 525 East Francis. Right now, save thousands with huge year-end discounts and clearance pricing. The time to buy is now. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 120 RVs indoors. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, all indoors at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
My son's name was Carson. He was just the light of my life. His anxiety and his inability to sleep caused him to purchase a pill from Snapchat, and we know that it's what killed him. Congresswoman McMorris Rogers is bringing awareness to this. She personally reached out to me. She took the time to hear Carson's story. She has been driven in trying to prevent further loss.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
Your membership matters at Bi-Mart, where you'll save more time and money every day. Save with our latest savings book, out now and posted at bimart.com. Inside, you'll find 16 pages of store-wide savings, including Halloween candy and decor, sporting goods, electronics, and more. Plus, Bi-Mart members have the ability to shop and save at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Check their latest mailer posted online now. Bi-Mart, where your membership saves you more.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
It is another huge matchup for the Washington State Cougars this weekend as they are set to take on the 6th-ranked team in the country, USC. Last year, the Trojans pulled away from the Cougs on a cold and wet Saturday afternoon in Pullman. This time, the game will be in sunny Southern California.
And not terrible. As nice as that sounds, the head coach is letting his team know they're not there to enjoy the beach. They're in town to get a win. Alex Crescenti has more on the serious tone the team has taken this week in the lead up to this massive game.
Well, the Washington State Cougars will be headed down to Los Angeles to take on the 6th-ranked Trojans of USC in a couple of days. It'll be an opportunity for many of the players from California to see family and friends in attendance. But head coach Jake Dickert made it clear this is a business trip, and if they want to pull off the upset win, the team has got to be focused, as that was the message to his squad on Wednesday.
I showed all the pictures. I had to get them to get their phones out. If they want to sightsee, they can take pictures of still pictures. We're down there for business. We got a focus to us. Guys are from there. They understand it. There's going to be family. There's going to be outside distractions, but it's all about our focus and our energy.
It's just a football game. We're just treating it like a football game. You know, we're preparing the same mentally, physically, just getting ready to win, ready to play. So we're not really focusing on all of that. You know, we're just focusing on the game that we need to play and stuff like that.
Like I said, or getting to the quarterback, just pressure, getting to him, giving him pressure, make him get out of his spot. That's what Coach Coop emphasizes on.
The last time the Cougs won in this matchup was back in 2017 on that epic Friday night where they pulled the 3-point upset over a top 5-ranked USC program. So we'll see if they can do the same over a 6th-ranked team this weekend. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Well, new tonight at 6, basketball season is right around the corner, and according to preseason polls, Gonzaga's women's basketball team is ranked #1 in the West Coast Conference. The Zags got 9 first-place votes in the poll, which is voted on by the 10 head coaches in the league. It's important to note you can't vote for your own team. The Zags won the WCC tournament last season, but lost in the second round of the NCAA tournament to Louisville, and Zag fans will get the chance to see them for the first time on October 15th at Numerica Fan Fest. 4 News Now will be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Watch 4 News Now as the Extreme Team upgrades the Carl Maxey Center. What we're going to do is go in and get into the next phase of operation. That's going to be a new library. There's going to be a place in back. There's going to be a nice patio. Watch 4 News Now's Extreme Team, sponsored by Horizon Credit Union.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y. Drive for generations.
Joe Biden's open borders have threatened our neighborhoods and our children's safety. Fentanyl-related deaths have increased right here in Idaho. Gang members transport fentanyl and other dangerous drugs into our schools and communities. This has got to stop. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. It's time we control the borders and shut down the pipeline of drugs and violence into Idaho.
Chowila Casino is giving you the chance to win Monster Mash Cash. Here's how you could win your share of over $12,000 cash. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card. Earn entries for Monster Mash Cash. On Saturdays this month, you can earn bonus entries while playing your favorite games with your Sun Club card. Monster Mash Cash drawings happen Saturday, October 22nd. Cash prizes drawn every 30 minutes starting at 6 p.m. Learn more at Chowilacasino.com.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all 13 Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores get a double sales tax discount on quality furniture throughout the store. Or get no minimum purchase, no money down, no interest for 5 years financing.
At Walker's.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing. But one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Save big now with our latest savings book at BuyMart.
Coming up on Nightside, a Purdue University student murdered, the suspect calling 911 himself. More information on the arrest and why authorities are calling the murder unprovoked. That's coming up at 11 o'clock.
Warm, sunny weather on the way for Thursday, a day very much like today. Occasional high clouds drifting through. That high of 79 is 15 degrees above average.
Well, we talked earlier about not seeing signs of fall like we normally see. I've had a few leaves fall into my yard from my maple tree, so I'm putting off yard work thanks to this weather.
I also went on a whole walk today.
Not a half a walk? Quarter of a walk?
I saw a bunch of fall foliage.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.